welcome to CIO News, Voice of CIO series. I'm Khushbu Soni, your host for the broadcast and a contributing editor at CIO News, where we write about business strategy and boardroom issues for technology leaders. This is a recorded session and will be available on our CIO News LinkedIn page. Let me introduce my guest for today. He's Subhakar Rudra, the General Manager and Chief Information at Titagarh Wagons Limited. Subhakar has rich experience of 22 years of total experience in technology and digital transformation strategy for both B2B and B2C segment. Welcome, Subhakar.
Thank you. Thank you for welcoming, Khushbu.
If you can give us a quick brief about Titagarh Wagons Limited, that would be.
Okay. So we at TWL or Titagarh Wagons Limited. We are mainly manufacturing company. It is we are into freight wagon manufacturing business. Along with that, we have a railway transit manufacturing like propulsion and electric equipment. Having our manufacturing units in India and in Europe, and we are the first private company in India who were engaged in manufacturing of trains for Indian Railways since 2007. So that is how we are. We are also part of the Make in India project. So,
awesome.
In brief, Yana.
Awesome, that is great. Subhakar, what is the vision of Titagarh Wagons on digital transformation, and what are the top few technologies you see that can help achieve that vision?
So, like all the manufacturing organizations, the way they are moving, keeping in mind of evolution of your industrial value chain that is going to happen. We aspire, we are visualizing to be at a stage that represents your industry 4. Yeah. Our vision is achieving that through automation. Again, automation through your integration and your industrial IoT, through interconnectivity. So industry 4 is one that we visualize of having. That's one of our visions and very important vision. So once we reach that, that would be a great thing for us, because that would at least keep us in line with the kind of evolution happening in the industrial value chain. Accordingly, that will happen.
Right. So since this pandemic is hard, how is the Titagarh Wagons responding to such situation?
Well, initially, like all the other organizations, even human globally, we're also not prepared for something like this.
True.
It took some time to realize the seriousness, the gravity of the situation, how critical it is, and what needs to be done to counter that for the time being till we come back to the normal situation where we used to be prior to this pandemic.
Right.
So the first thing first that came into the mind in this scenario, how to ensure business continuity, how to ensure that our projects and all these things, to minimize the delay that this might cause, the lack of availability of manpower, how to address those planning had to be done. It took some time, and ultimately, according to the plan, yes, we rolled out all the initiatives as and when required, the situation demanded.
Sure. So, how is Titagarh Wagons adopting innovation, and what kind of technologies you have adopted for the people on ground to provide continuity services?
So our idea is to have going forward innovation. Quite a few innovations we have adopted. We are planning to have, as we have said, that having the integration and automation part, that is. But in terms of technology, I will tell you, like the cloud application. Cloud application and platform has been very important technology that in today's date, yes, it is. We
Okay.
we are moving to cloud. Most of the things are moved. It's a continuous process.
Right.
Applications are being moved to the cloud, adopting the cloud application. And yes, we are slowly adopting IIoT
Okay.
and moving towards your advanced data analytics. Why the data needs to be matured more to reach that stage. But we are working towards adapting these technologies because these are the technologies in the future that is going to drive the business, or even if not the business, the decisions.
Yeah.
This should be the enabler for the decisions to drive the business.
That is very true, Subhakar. So, what are the advices that you would want to give to the other manufacturing companies and other CIOs from the industry? Certain best practices, do's and don'ts that you would want to share.
So one thing I will say first, which we have also started adapting, and we are almost done.
Mhm.
That is having first thing first given on as on today's date, we are allowing access to our critical applications from multiple points, from remote uh, location, from multiple devices.
Mhm.
Right? So this situation brings in the requirement of having a best-in-class information security system and practices. That has to be ensured. We
Right.
have already ensured that we are already on our way of getting ISO 27001 certified within the next couple of months.
Mhm.
So we have adopted this in terms of information security. So I would advise all the organization, the manufacturing specifically, keeping in mind the criticality of data, they should adopt this all the best practices in terms of security. And seriously, this has to be adopted not in the form of just for a tick. I have it, not for the only for the compliance perspective, from the proper implementation and practice perspective.
Are there any new learnings or new hobbies that you've picked up in the lockdown period, being at home?
Okay, coming to the at-home part later, in learning, professionally, we have learned that we can work from home.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
This has paved the way for it, and this is going to be the way forward even.
Yeah.
And now coming to the learning and hobbies at personal level, yeah, we generally we miss out on pursuing our hobbies that we have. Lockdown gave us that time to pursue those hobbies. Yeah,
Yeah.
I played guitar and I got that time to play again,
Right.
just to do the same stuff that I wanted to do for a long time. Just I got the time to do that. And
Sure.
yes, got to spend valuable quality time with the family. Got to know my child better. You know, so started connecting. So that is great.
True.
That's learning. That's again come in the learning because when I
Yeah.
connect with my child, I get to learn new thing from the new generations, which otherwise I would have never learned. I get to know how their thought process is.
True. Yeah. I think those are all the positives of the whole situation. Great.
Yeah. So that's how it is.
True. Great. Thank you so much, Subhakar, for taking our time and giving us your valuable insights on Voice of CIO series. We have pleasure to host you.
Uh, Thank you, Khushbu. Thank you for the opportunity. So I could share my point of view. I don't know how much relevant this is going to, how many people are going to find it relevance. It is very much relative thing. Relevance is a very relative thing. But thank you for the opportunity. And thank you for the earlier sessions that you have held with the CIOs, IT heads of the from the other organizations. That gave us multiple view and perspective. And those things have been a very great inputs for us, you know.
Right.
We get to learn. We get to learn this way,
True. True.
listening to the multiple views and perspectives and
True.
about industries. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much for your feedback. It really means a lot, Subhakar.